Now we are making a large cup, and we've taken this inspiration from a small cup, a kind of thing that which could be discarded in the street and thrown away and not looked at again, but now we're kind of bringing it to the forefront and making it large scale. Creating the actual cup from polystyrene on my handmade turntable, which could be variable speed. Now I've decided to create this in polystyrene so I can put in all these little ridges and make sure it actually looks tooled instead of carved. It's quite nice actually doing something which is tooled, because it's actually quite therapeutic in the end. And we have to get the forms correct. It's more of an eye and judgment situation where you're adding straight lines to everything and making sure it's all looking straight, neat, round, all at the same time really. Here it is now completed, and we're adding fillers to it so we can actually work up the surface and get it actually pinprick perfect. So when we actually produce the molds reflect the quality of the pattern work itself. Now creating the mould, we decided to make it in 3 sections, 2 sides and a cap, as the very cap of it has coding on the bottom, which is what the client wanted. Here we have the moulds now, and we prepare them, and now we're laying them up in fibreglass. Now we decided to pop out the fibreglass from the moulds relatively when the mould was or the fibreglass was green, as we wanted to buckle it and crease it exactly the way a cup would. And you know, when a cup bends, it has its own forms and its own strengths, so it actually buckled beautifully, and it worked really, really well. And for me to actually carve it like this would have been practically impossible, but doing it in this method worked fantastic. Once again, we have the client down, they're having a look at the cup which they provided with us, and then they're having a look at it in comparison with the size and can people get in and out, and they're looking at the whole sort of format of the piece of sculpture itself. Looked really, really good in the end. We decided in the end to actually give it several coats on the inside to make it really, really strong once it had its form, and then we fiberglassed it and we sanded it down until it had a beautiful finish. Each of their sculptures, I think they had 7 in total, had their own separate code belonging to them, so it went on the internet and people will phone up or react with it. Here it is finished, and we've given it a high etch primer, and then other primers, and then a 2-coat of 2K paint. Looking really, really smart, and in fact we actually put some sort of tea stains in there as well, as if it has been a real discarded cup in the street. Really nice piece of sculpture actually, very, very simple, but worked really, really effectively I think. Here it is, just been transported and bubble wrapped, and when it goes to site they just lock it down through poles. Now this particular sculpture went to Bristol, and here it is along the harbour side, got locked down, and here's somebody using a piece of sculpture.